you think the pattern only destroyed the relationship? No, the pattern follows the person. The same avoidance that refused repair in love may avoid responsibility at work. The same lying that protected desire in private may protect image in public. The same ego that rewrote the relationship may rewrite money, career, family, health, and truth. A person does not become a new nervous system because the room changed. The subconscious map goes with them. The conscious mind keeps explaining. The nervous system keeps protecting the old wound. And Stoicism asks the brutal question, where else is this pattern running the life? This is the pivot. We started with heartbreak, ghosting, betrayal, situationships, trauma bonds, avoidance, no closure, the body entering emergency. But now we go deeper. Because the relationship was not the whole story, the relationship exposed the pattern. The heartbreak showed the leak. The betrayal showed the relationship with truth. The ghosting showed the relationship with repair. The situationship showed the relationship with hunger, access, and self-abandonment. Now the question becomes, does this pattern stay in love, or does it follow the person everywhere? Here's the honest answer. Not always in the exact same form. A person who cheats in love may not cheat on a test. A person who lies in a relationship may not lie about everything. A person who avoids conflict with a partner may still function at work. So we must be precise. The behavior may not repeat exactly, but the root pattern often travels. The behavior may change rooms. The pattern usually follows. Cheating is not only about desire. It can reveal secrecy, entitlement, thrill-seeking, avoidance of consequences, weak moral command, and the ability to negotiate with truth when desire becomes stronger than character. So the question is not only, did they cheat? The deeper question is, what pattern gave them permission? What did they tell themselves so they could cross the line? What part of the conscious mind created the excuse after the subconscious had already chosen relief? What did the nervous system seek? Validation, escape, stimulation, power, revenge, attention, or relief from emptiness. Now take that same pattern into career. If someone avoids repair in love, they may avoid accountability at work. If someone disappears when emotions get uncomfortable, they may disappear when responsibility gets heavy. If someone lies to protect image in a relationship, they may manipulate appearances in business. If someone blames the partner every time truth gets close, they may blame coworkers, customers, employees, bosses, or circumstances when performance fails. Avoidance does not stop at the bedroom door. The pattern goes to work with you. Now take it into money. If someone avoids emotional truth, they may avoid financial truth. They may avoid opening bills, avoid looking at debt, avoid hard numbers, avoid budgets, avoid the consequences of impulsive choices. The same dopamine loop that chases attention in relationships can chase spending, status, gambling, shopping, fantasy, or short-term relief. The conscious mind says, I deserve this. I will fix it later. It is not that bad. But the nervous system is not seeking wisdom. It is seeking relief. That is how avoidance becomes expensive. Now take it into health. If someone cannot sit with emotional discomfort, they may run from physical discipline. They may ignore symptoms, avoid appointments, eat for relief, drink for relief, scroll for relief, sleep poorly, numb the body, ignore the warning signs. The body pays for the pattern the mind refuses to confront. Heartbreak does not stay in the heart. Stress enters the sleep. Anxiety enters the stomach. Avoidance enters the blood pressure. Emotional chaos enters the appetite. The body keeps score when the person refuses command. Now take it into family and friendship. Someone who uses silence as punishment in love may use silence as control in family. Someone who rewrites reality with a partner may rewrite family history. Someone who refuses repair in romance may refuse repair with siblings, children, parents, friends, or co-workers. Someone who always needs to be the victim may create triangles in every room. The names change. The setting changes. The pattern continues. That is why this matters. This is not about condemning people. This is about exposing the pattern before it becomes a life. A liar in love may not lie about everything, but they have already shown they can negotiate with truth. A person who ghosts hard conversations in love may not ghost every responsibility, but they have shown that silence can become their escape. A person who betrays trust in private may still perform well in public, but private betrayal is still data. It shows what can happen when desire, fear, image, or relief becomes stronger than truth. And now the Stoic turns the mirror inward. Because this channel is not only about diagnosing other people. That becomes another trap. The ego loves using wisdom as a weapon against others while avoiding the wound inside itself. So the real question is not only, where did their pattern follow them? The real question is, where is my pattern following me? Where do I avoid truth? Where do I chase relief? Where do I lie to myself? Where do I call procrastination peace? Where do I call fear patience? Where do I call self-abandonment love? Where do I call impulsive spending reward? Where do I call health neglect freedom? Where do I call silence maturity when it is really avoidance? The subconscious predicts. The nervous system reacts. The conscious mind explains. Neuroscience reveals the machinery. Stoicism trains command. That formula does not only apply to heartbreak, it applies to money, career, health, family, leadership, discipline, aging, purpose. The nervous system does not become secure because the calendar says Monday. The pattern wakes up with you. The pattern goes to work with you. The pattern spends money with you. The pattern eats with you. The pattern sleeps with you. The pattern leads with you. And if you never confront it, the pattern ages with you. This is the next chapter of the Stoic Quotient. We are not leaving relationships behind, we are going beneath them. Because relationships are often the doorway. Life is the evidence. How a person handles love often reveals how they handle truth, discomfort, accountability, discipline, repair, and command. So do not only ask, why did this relationship hurt me? Ask, what pattern did this relationship expose? Do not only ask, why did they lie? Ask, what does lying protect? Do not only ask, why did I stay? Ask, what hunger did I keep calling love? Do not only ask, why do I avoid? Ask, what truth am I refusing to face? The Stoic does not stop at pain. He studies the pattern beneath the pain. He studies the nervous system. He studies the subconscious map. He challenges the conscious story. He asks where the same leak is draining his love, money, career, health, family, and future. That is command. Not blame. Not bitterness. Not obsession. Command. A leak is any repeated pattern that drains your energy, weakens your judgment, and makes you easier to govern by fear, approval, ambiguity, stimulation, or avoidance. Take the free nervous system audit. Stop guessing. Name the pattern before it keeps running. Your love, your money, your health, your career, and your future. The behavior may change rooms. The pattern usually follows. Wake up from the pattern beneath your life. That is Stoicism 2.0.